I don't know, I ever since I was a kid, I've always stood up for myself. I've always, you know, voiced up if there's a problem. And like, here's the thing, I think enough women have fought for the right for me to have a voice that it would be extremely disrespectful to not use it. So I always teach our kids that, not only our girls but our boys. Like, I mean, not our 1-year-old, all he does is go dada, but our other ones. But it's a very important time, I think, right now in the history of our nation right now, to really have these conversations with not only your girls but your boys, and say, this isn't how you treat a woman, this is how you treat a woman. Or with the girls, this is when you stand up for yourself, this is when, you know, whatever those lessons are. But I don't know, it's a very important time. So I couldn't be more honored to get this honor. It's, especially with all these women. I'm like, why am I here? I think they're confused. They couldn't find a fifth one or something.
Kelly, right here straight. Hey, Kelly, looking up, please. Kelly, looking up, please. Let's go.
I mean, I have never, like, what's happening right now with the Weinstein thing, like, honestly, I live in Tennessee, and, like, none of my even normal friends in life, let alone if I have any famous ones, like, I've never heard of that happening to a girl around me. So that's what I was honestly just as shocked as probably everyone else. I mean, I think it's because it's so unbelievable. You're like, wait, what happened? Like, I mean, it's almost like so far-fetched, but it happened. I'm just saying, like, I've never heard of anything like that. Even with, like, my friends that work in, like, dentist office, you know what I'm saying, like normal jobs, like, I've never heard that. So it was pretty shocking for me, and it really lit a fire in me to have conversations with, especially our 16-year-old girl, who already deals with a lot of bullying online anyway, because that's the generation that she was born into. But it's just it lit a fire in me to be like, okay, I had no idea this was happening, but just in case someone does this, like, here's what you do.
Every working girl, I feel, in any industry or the other, has in some form of the other dealt with intimidation by powerful men or men in power, because that's norm. And it's okay, and it was all right, and somehow the girl is the problem, and she was asking for it, or if she didn't compromise, or then her career is taken away from her, or she's kicked out of a film, or her job's taken away from her because she's replaceable. And I'm so amazed and so happy to be living in a world right now where I could commend these women who have come out there and stood up for each other, because women are always told to pull each other down because only one of us can survive. But now we're in a world where my generation is fighting so hard so that doesn't happen to the next generation. And men are actually standing up for women because feminism needs men so much. And yeah, I guess my experience is I was thrown out of a couple of movies because I didn't network. And I don't network. I don't know how to do it. But I think those are things that, and I dealt with it. I cried and I told my dad, and I said that, you know, even if I do a small movie, I'll just make sure I'm really good at it, because the only thing I know is my work. And it's scary when I was 19, 20, you know, and it's extremely scary. And I'm so amazed and happy that all of these women come together, and I stand shoulder to shoulder with them and say that, you know what, we're not going to let this happen again.
We gotta tell.
Well, it was a very different gig when they asked me to do this a month or two ago. But I'm excited to be here. I mean, it's very important that we acknowledge the amazing accomplishments of these women, both as charitable people and their creative work. And I think we all need a moment to get together and go, what the hell is happening? What do we make of it? What can we do going forward? Yeah. Well, I think we need the industry to support women and say, if you come forward, we're going to support you. We're going to believe you. You know, we can't live in this world that's like the Cosby situation, where all these women come forward and no one does anything. Then it's 5 people, and 10 people, and 20 people, and 30 people, and it takes like 50 people before people think, oh, maybe Cosby did it. It should take one person.
And Judd looking up, sir.
You know, if you run a set, you set the tone. And if you set a tone of respect, generally people feel respected, or at the very least they feel like, if I'm disrespected, I know if I go to Judd, he will handle it. And that's what everybody needs to do. There were a lot of people who knew what Harvey Weinstein was doing, and there wasn't anybody who said, I want to stop this so other women don't get hurt. People wrote those checks. People knew there were settlements, and that's really another enormous problem that we have, is the enablers.
That shoulder one time, over that shoulder.
All the way back, all the way back, all the way back.
Emmanuel, you're looking at
Emmanuel, can you see the front? It's hard to be